isn't so much a question as an observation and a thank you, really, because it's quite extraordinary to be in the presence of such erudition and such expansive thought as this evening. And my thought is that I have observed, over the years I've worked with the work of a number of writers as a dramatist, and what I've observed is what Alan and the rest of you have been articulating, which is that even if we differentiate in any sense truth from fiction and history from invention, that what you find in people's experience of reading those books is that there is a narrow, possibly non-existent barrier between what people find to be true and what is imagination perceived as truth. It drove, for example, J.R.R. Tolkien to such levels of obsession that I think equal the kind you've all been talking about tonight, to create a world that, and in my often meetings with people who are now followers of Tolkien's fiction, are seeking constantly to recreate, to bring into their world, through comics, through dance, through plays, through sculptures, all kinds of things, that this has now taken on. Tolkien himself said that what he was seeking to do was to create a new mythology for Britain, and in trying to create that in his own obsessive way, he has now fired several generations actually of people who are so obsessively doing it that Tolkien himself would not even recognise the inspiration that he's created. And the same could be true, said, I think, you mentioned Michael Moorcock, but of Michael's friend Mervyn Peake, and his elaborate creation of Gormenghast as a place, which by the time you've reached at least the end of the second book, if not the third, you are invested in believing this as a historical structure, even though the people in it and the structure itself crosses itself multi-generations of style and thought and creation. And, you know, even in smaller worlds, such as the 100-Acre Wood or Wonderland and Looking Glass, and one could go on and on. All of these books, for people who read them and are then inspired, are, in a sense, the hinterland of our universal imagination. These people they are the magicians of literature. Out of Black Book had a great influence on me when I was young, and I think, and Dickens too. You know, what we think of as Victorian London is Dickens' London. However far from the actual truth that it is. Just as now, as we approach Christmas, Christmas is the Christmas of A Christmas Carol and the other Christmas books that Dickens wrote. And so that hinterland, as I call it, that you've all been working through, and have excited, well, certainly excited me tonight. I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very, very kind. Can I ask,